Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank you all for joining me on this day. So we're going to talk today about my favorite thing next to newsletters. And for those of you who know me, go, oh my gosh, really, Sarah? Do you love newsletters? I do love newsletters, but I also love contests. I have been running contests for authors since, I hate to say this, 2000. So the turn of the century. And so 25 years of experience, let me tell you, it has distilled down into the best way of doing it and why contest giveaways are still the easiest and best tool that a author can have in their marketing toolbox. So let's go ahead and get started on why I love contests and why you should love contests too. Because the major things they're going to do are build awareness, grow your email list. It's going to deepen reader relationships, and it's easy to do. And it's like an ongoing thing, like kind of like a no-brainer. So the reason that you want to run a contest is you want to keep your visibility out there. You're not going to sell things directly from a contest, but what you are going to do is build a relationship and build awareness out there, because that's the hardest part about finding new readers is they don't know who you are. And running a contest is an easy way of introducing yourself to readers and to keep them up there. Keep your name out there. Of course, it's going to the best thing and the thing that most people recognize is it builds your newsletter list. It adds names, the cost of them getting a chance to win whatever your prize is for them to give you their email address and for you to put it in your own newsletter list. A good thing about a contest is it helps stay top of mind. They're going to see your name over and over again. And this is the best way of doing it without saying, look at me, I'm an author, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. So it's an easy way of doing it, and it's kind of an excuse for you to put yourself out there. And in addition to that, you can gain buzz and shareability. This is a way of making your readers or people who enter your contests work for you and share your name out there. It's sort of like hand selling. It's not quite hand selling, but it is like, hey, did you see that cool contest XYZ is, author is running? You should go check it out, because you never know who they're talking to in their network is going to help you build your network. But when you run a contest, first thing you need to do is define what is your goal. What is it that you want to get out of this? So is the main thing you're trying to do is just collect email addresses? You can build a targeted list of readers who might be interested in your genre and your writing style, as well as your prize. But you also keep your name visible. Is that the thing that you want most? Is you want to have, the top of the funnel kind of thing that is out there, like people knowing who you are? Or do you want to reward current fans? Do you want to thank them for being a member of your mailing list? Do you want to thank them for buying your book? Whatever. You can reward the current ones, because rewards pay off in the long run, because those current fans then become your evangelists out there, so to speak. Oh, it helps if I hit the right key. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so to make your contest the best it could possibly be, you need to put in some prep work. And it's a key to the people who put in prep work, who do their prep work, are going to be much more successful than those who just wing it. So it's key to do this. You want to have a good strategy instead of a random giveaway. So not only do you want to know what is your goal, but you also want to know what are the mechanics that you're going to put together to get to that goal. And so it's more than just, I'm going to send out some emails and hopefully somebody will enter my contest. I'm going to put it up there in the page, and like the Field of Dreams, they're going to come and watch me play baseball. So now this is really key, is that if your goal, and it's a major goal, I would say 90% of all contests, the whole reason that they run them is to collect emails to put on their mailing list. And most people just use the form that they've got on their website. And I think that that is a mistake. I think that, well, it's not a mistake, it's a missed opportunity. Let's put it that way. So what you should do for your email program, your newsletter program is that all of them now have, you can either create a form or you can create a landing page. And landing pages are not scary. Trust me, we can repeat, landing pages are not scary. They have a form. They have like a outline that you just follow. And once you make one, you can reuse it, or you can make it better, or you could just use the same one. And anyway, why is a landing page better than just a form for a newsletter sign up? Well, the reason for that is that you have a lot more space. And you could you could treat it as a mini website. So it's going to be one page. You're going to make sure that your name and if you have your own logo, is big and prominent at the top. And where they enter their name, their email address and their name, if you are collecting that, is also at the top. But also you can have things like hero and sub-hero lines and things like that. But what it can include is your hook. It can include, like, if there's a series that you're pushing, it could be the books there. It can tell them about what is your genre. It can offer a freebie, like you're going to get a free download of a book or whatever that you're giving away, an excerpt or extra epilogue or something like that. And you're going to have all of your social media links there. So that is a way of inviting connection. You can't put all of that on a form. You can't put all that on a pop-up form, but you can put it on a landing page. So please use landing pages. And if this is something that we need help with in the future, I'd be glad to do a workshop on how to make a landing page. It is not hard. And you're going to say, why didn't I do this before? Okay, so the other thing you're going to do in your prep work is you're going to make sure your social media is all set up to handle this contest. What does that mean? Like, you're going, what? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to have a post that's going to be about your contest, and you're going to pin, magic word, pin that post to the top of your page for as long as the contest is running. And why are you doing that? Because you want to have visibility. You want to help push it so that when they do land on your social media, let's say they go to your Instagram profile, they're going to see that contest thing is up there. So it's like they're looking at your bio, your profile, and the first thing they see in that first column that goes across is going to be the post that you have about this contest, this opportunity they have of something that you're giving away. Same thing for Facebook, same thing for Facebook groups, same thing for TikTok. All of them have this. Same thing if you're using YouTube, you can pin it at the top underneath your profile. You want to also make sure that you update your bios with links. This is for the ones where you can't easily put a link into the post. So this would be like Instagram mostly. And you want to be able, in your social media, you want to make sure that you're guiding new followers into what matters for right now, that's important to you. That is your contest. And if you're like Instagram, it would be your contest, and right next to it would be whatever your new book is, or an upcoming book that you want pre-orders, or a book that's on sale. And these are like pin posts that are on that profile page. Okay. Then you want to make sure that before your contest runs, you have graphics and promo assets, because you're going to be meeting the readers everywhere, not just on your website, not just on the contest page, but also in all the social media, in your newsletter, in your stories, everywhere. So the best thing to do in having the prep and not waiting until, the contest is actually ongoing is to have branded graphics ready. And when I say branded graphics, it's a combination of a graphic that tells about the contest, but also that makes sure it's telling people about you. And you want to have them in all the sizes so they can post on all of the different platforms. You also want them in the different, you could do video, and you could do just straight like PNGs and JPEGs if you wanted to. So you want to have both of them in all the sizes and in everything that is going to make it easy for you to post every place that you have to post it. And then you want to make sure that all of these graphics maintain visual consistency. And what do I mean by that? That means it has the same color. It has the same images on it. It has the same fonts. It looks the same. So there's so much that we pick up that's unconscious. And what you're doing here is that you're creating a real visual consistency so that people can recognize it. And it just pays off. It really does. Okay, so now we're at the point of we've done all the prep work and now we're ready to run the contest. So the first thing you're going to do is launch the contest, which means the day that the contest starts. You're going to give clear instructions, prize details, the entry methods, and it should probably be more than one. Just give me your email, but maybe something else like follow me on social media, and a deadline. And you want to make it impossible to misunderstand. Now, I love to say that because there's always going to be one or two people out there who email and ask, what? Well, I don't know how to do this, or for some reason, I don't follow them on blah, blah, blah. I refuse to use X, blah, 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 blah. And so you're going to have to be prepared to have a little conversation with them. Then the second thing in your contest is you have a midpoint reminder. And this is like midpoint during the length of the contest. And it's sort of like a Kickstarter, everything else. People need to have a refresher. Now, if you're putting this in your newsletter, this would be the perfect time. Mid contest is to put that into your newsletter to send out. And then you want a final push, which is usually either the last day or the day before the last day, the penultimate day of don't forget, this is your last chance. This is your opportunity. You're going to get the most entries in your contest on those 3 points. The day that it launches, midpoint when you send a reminder in, and a whole slew of them who are always put it in at the last day. And so you don't want to miss this opportunity to get them. Okay, so now after the contest, you think, oh, I'm all done. All I have to do is I'm going to pick a winner and send out the prize. No, 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 no. You want to do more than this. You want to have a welcome sequence in place. And this could be 1 to 3 emails where you're actually welcoming the new people who've signed up for your mailing list. And when you add people, you can do it either. You can see who has joined your mailing list from, you could put a tag on it, or what's it called? There's a tag that you can put on a URL that'll make a tag within your newsletter program, so that that you can just send that welcome sequence just to those people. And you're going to say more than welcome to my mailing list. You're going to say, oh, thank you so much for entering my contest. I'm sorry you didn't win. But here's a little bonus for you anyway, because I'm so happy to see you. And then day 2, the second email could be something on the line of, I hope you had a chance to look at my website, and, things like that. And if you need help with doing that, go back to the workshop we did on creating email sequences for your newsletter, or just ask me. I'd be happy to give you, I have a little handout on that. Then you also want to share on your social links that the contest is over, maybe who the winner was. Great, it was a great time and you enjoyed getting emails or whatever. You could write these things, but you could make posts on your social links, on your social accounts, that it's sort of like the FOMO of like, hey guys, you missed out. I ran a contest. What's wrong with you people? Why didn't you enter it? And oh, I might be running a new one. Because it just like builds on the layers there. And then you also want to look at your results. If your goal was to add more people to your newsletter list, did you add more people to your newsletter list? Don't expect to get huge amounts of new people after you've run these a couple of times. because you're going to get the regular people, but then you're also going to get an incremental increase of new people that join your list. If you wanted to have people going, let's say to look at a TikTok video, which is about the only thing that you can't actually get them to follow you on TikTok, but you can get them, point them to a certain video, you can see, did the numbers go up on that? So you want to make sure that you're looking at the results of what you've just run to see how you can improve it. Okay. You want to make sure that you have a contest mindset, that which means that you are aware that what you're trying to do is build connection, that you're focusing on building the connections and they're genuine connections. They're not just like, all I want are the contest queens out there. But what that you're getting is longtime readers, longtime people that you're going to talk to, and they're not just for sales. You're not going to make sales off of a contest. You want to make sure that you define your why, which means what's the goal? What are you doing it for? Even if it's just because I want to keep my name out there, I don't care if people join my mailing list or not. I don't care if my social media grows. I want to just make sure that I'm out there and I don't have time to look at the results. There's a lot of people, but I need to do something. I need to feel like I'm doing something marketing wise on a regular basis. And then make sure, if you have good, having a good mindset here includes the after. What am I going to do with what I just did? Am I going to be emailing these people and thanking them? Am I going to look at my social media and maybe make comment about it? If you come into this with this kind of mindset that this is something that you're doing and you're getting something out of it, then you should have those three pieces are really important. So it's a 5. See, I don't like to give you too many numbers, but here we go. It's a 5-step checklist. First, define your goal. Then create your landing page and your freebie if you have to do that, if you don't have a freebie that you're already giving away. Pin your posts and update your bio, which you should be doing on a regular basis anyway, because you do change. I know you don't think that you do, but you do, because you have a new book out, or you have a new sale, or you have a new direction that you're going in. You want to make sure that you schedule your graphics ahead of time. Don't wait to the last minute, because when you wait to the last minute, what happens is you don't get it done. And run the contest and nurture your readers. So I want you to have one key takeaway from this. It is, what contest idea could you do to run one this month? And let's say for October. Think about that. Why could you possibly run a contest? What could you give away? What could you focus on? So that is essentially it. You could put it into chat or whatever. And then I've got, of course, if all of this seems really overwhelming and you're like, oh, no, do not have time to do this. I know I should, but I don't have time to do this. Of course, we have been running contests for authors since 2004, and we could do a complete turnkey execution, everything from even creating your landing page in your newsletter program if you need us to do this. But we provide the graphics, and we provide the complete contest page and the follow-up and the promotion and newsletters and social media. So that is it. And now I'm going to turn this over to anybody who has any questions or comments as soon as I figure out where it is. Okay, maybe I should stop sharing my screen so I can actually see everybody. There we go. Do we have any questions or comments? Okay, other than books, what makes good giveaway items? Gift cards. But you always should include mention of a book, buy links for a book on that in the actual contest description, and also possibly in your landing page for your newsletter sign up. But money talks, especially in today's world, but it does not have to be a big gift card. Anything from, it should be equivalent to the cost of an ebook. So anywhere from $5 what is it? Ebooks now are going for $19 and $22, which is crazy stuff. So $19, $25 somewhere in there. Okay, Sylvie, how do you, if your goal is to grow your mailing list, how do you keep people who just want to win prizes? You can't. But what we do from our statistics is that we notice that about 22% of the people who have visited our contest page, our individual contest pages, are the only ones who enter the contest. There are another 88%, no, 78%, I can't do math, 78% who visit the page and who are obviously reading it. So they're getting the information from that. So you never know in the long run if you don't want to miss out on that huge percentage of people who are not bothering to win, or who are not bothering to enter to win. What you can do is if that is why part of the strategy here is to put it out there on your own social media and in your newsletter, and whoever is running it, to, if you're running it with other people, is to cast your net out as wide as possible. You're always going to get a percentage of people who are not going to, who just want to win. And the nice thing about that is if you do that email sequence, that 3 email sequence where you're telling them what they're going to be getting, they're going to unsubscribe. So you're automatically, with a welcome sequence, if it's designed correctly, you will automatically get rid of those people that you don't want. Never give away your newest release. Always talk about your newest release. Always focus on it, but give away, if you're including a book, make sure it's one of your back list, or it could be the first book in a series if this is the second or third or fourth or 19th or 20th book in the series. What time? Okay, time frame, 2 weeks to a month. 1 week is too short. 2 weeks is ideal. And 4 weeks for a whole month. The thing is that how does your mind work, and how much work do you want to put in there? We run both of those kinds of contests, and we have found over the years that this is what works first. We've trained people, and people are trained to a contest starts the first day of the month and ends the last day of the month. People are also trained to, oh, it's a special occasion, like Halloween is coming up. There's going to be something focused on Halloween that's going to run for a short period of time, 2 weeks, somewhere around Halloween. Same thing for holidays. Same thing for like summer kinds of things. If you're doing a shorter contest, you want to make it for an occasion. Did I answer everybody's question?
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. You're talking about a separate landing page as part of the website, or a totally separate, unique entity?
Yeah, I was afraid I wasn't very clear about that. Okay. It's a separate entity. It belongs to, for example, MailerLite. MailChimp, MailerLite, I think Flowdesk, Constant Contact, ActiveCampaign, all of those, Octopus, is that what you say? Octopus. They all have now Kit, which used to be ConvertKit. You can have a form, or they'll say you can have a landing page. And that's where you're doing it. So it's part of it's part of, how do I get people onto my newsletter? How do I do it? How do I collect their information? If you use a form, that is going to be the pop-up form, that annoying thing that shows up after you've been on somebody's website for 15 seconds or right before they leave. They are very effective, but they don't give a lot of information.
So you're saying when someone clicks on sign up for Meg Napier's newsletter, it to go to a landing page that's part of MailerLite.
Yes.
Okay. So that's something else I have to create then.
Yes, but there is an outline of how to create that.
Okay. And
It,
then,
yeah.
okay,
And it's real. And once you do it, you can do it for like all of your contests if
okay.
you
And
want
then
to.
just
And
go in
what it
and
is think
change
of
it.
it as it's a mini bio for you. Think about all of those people. Do you sign up for people's courses, things like that? Okay, they send you
Sometimes.
when you first sign up for it, that is usually a landing page. And you know it has a whole bunch of information, has testimonials, it has a whole bunch of stuff on there. Well, what is effective to do? This is very effective these days. People are used to seeing those. But what we're doing is we're turning it into an author landing page. And this is what you're putting them through to get their email. Now you want to have the call to action, as we call it, which is give me your email address and your first name or your full name at the top and possibly at the bottom. But in between, we're giving them more information. They're very sure that I'm signing up for Meg Napier, whatever your slogan is, and a picture of your book and things like that on there. This is new-ish. It's something that's, because changing times, people are used to seeing things like that more than just a pop-up form. Pop-up forms, yes, on your website are still effective. Having it sign up for my nails at the top in a rolling thing, having it when people leave a page or come onto a page, yes, effective. But if you want to layer on to your contest things, this works really well if signing up for your newsletter is something that you're doing with like a group giveaway kind of thing, where you're not getting much opportunity to focus on you, then use a landing page within your MailChimp, your MailerLite, or wherever your program is. The question was, I know there are different rules across social media platforms for what you can offer for contests. Which platforms are the most contest friendly, and are there any that aren't worth it? It's wherever you're active. So if you are, okay, all of the rules for the contests are like, you cannot require them to like follow you on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. So in other words, you cannot use that social media platform as a means, as a means or a reason for being entered legitimately into a contest. They have very, so I would never run a contest that is dependent upon the social media. I'm not really explaining this well, but what I'm using social media for is the awareness that I'm running a contest, and that there's the call to action for whatever that post is to go outside of that social media to enter the contest. Just because they make a comment or something for me on a post, that doesn't put them into the contest.
But you can
Because
have
that's,
the link in the bio, right?
yes, you can have the big link in the bio, and in Facebook, you can have the link within the post.
Okay.
I think it depends on how many followers you have on Instagram, if you have it in a comment, like you do with the first comment. In Pinterest is very good with, we have women readers, okay? Women like to play with Pinterest. So there's people there that you don't want to miss out on. You would have, here's where you go to enter the contest within the pin. It's called a pin that you put on Pinterest. You never use the social media to run the contest. Instead, use the social media to get awareness about the contest.
In your contests, every
Mhm.
month when CJ notifies winners, she has a thing in her letter asking winners or telling winners they're going to get something special, or so asking them to go on social media, to post on Instagram, or just, and whenever I send out prizes, I always write a handwritten note. And I also often say, if you get a chance, I'd love for you to mention this contest on social media or something. I have never seen any example of anyone doing that, either, for me or for anyone else. Do you see it?
We use, yeah, if they use the hashtag or they do an @ sign at that, I look and see if they do that, and
Okay,
then I will reshare it, and then they are
okay,
put in. Because for the fresh
okay,
fiction one, we have a extra $25 prize that we pull when we
right.
get people that do that. Yes.
And people do it.
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So I'm probably not asking correctly.
Possibly, or you're not putting a hashtag, or
Yeah,
have them make sure that they use at your something that you can go and check on.
okay, okay,
Do you say tag me? Okay, well, if you don't tell them what to do, the chances of them doing it
okay.
are
I say, please
slight.
take a photo and mention this on social media,
Yeah.
but I don't go more specific than that.
Okay. So the thing about social media is that they are used to big prizes and stuff. So what I would do, and you don't have to award a winner if you don't get enough responses. Like you could say, I need to have 10 people doing this. And maybe I'm going to do it once a quarter if you're running a contest every month, and say, tag me and put the tag @ sign your
Okay,
whatever you want, exactly what you want
okay,
to do this. And say then a hashtag of winner or something like that so that you can search on it. You want to be able to search on it, and then say for a chance to win a $50 gift card, and then see how that works.
okay,
Okay. The only people that I've seen this is really successful for are really, really big authors. And when I say really, really big authors, that means they've got at least 100,000 followers. Otherwise, people just, they don't bother to do that. And because when you're running, if you're, the other thing that can be encouraged is that if they share the contest with people, when you run it with Fresh Fiction, you can see on there who, on your spreadsheet that you get, you can see who's actually shared it. So that's like a valuable thing. So those are people that you want to work on. Send them an extra note. Oh, do you offer discounts for running multiples for an individual? Yes, we do have the $99 special where you can run 2 contests a month for, it's an ongoing subscription. Otherwise, our contest costs $129 for a long one, $99 for the 2-week one. But if you sign up for what we call Contest Essentials, you can get the subscription $99, or you can save even more. I think it's about $1,000 to do a whole year.
I have a
Yes,
question.
go ahead.
So when after we do a contest with you and we get the file, the CSV file,
Yes,
it's I don't quite know
what to do with it.
what to do with it, how to even read it because it's all just I don't know. It's not like in a like an Excel spreadsheet or something. It's just this thing where I go, okay.
It's a CSV file. So what you can do is upload it. I mean, you can open it in Excel, or you can open it in whatever the Google version is. It
You can
should
open it
open
in Excel?
directly into that. Yeah, it opens in Excel. It's an Excel version.
Okay, how do I do that? I don't
Uh,
see. I'm so
go
upset.
to
I don't even
Excel and
know.
say, go to Excel and open, and then point at wherever you've downloaded it to.
See, I
Here,
don't.
let me actually show you.
Okay.
Would that make life easier? So let's do July.
Oh,
Okay. When I'm in Excel, instead of it saying all Excel files, I need to do all files, and that's going to bring up the CSV. So Terry Reed July is a CSV file. So I'm opening it, but I'm in Excel when I start this. I just have to do my open all files, not just Excel files. Okay, that's like a trick. Now, here it is. Okay, so now it's in an Excel format. the important things here are, forget the first one, ID. That's just for the product that we used. So you've got their name, their first name, their last name, their email address. Valid means that it's been checked by our program, that they sent a message out and the email is correct. At least it didn't bounce. Okay. I never send you guys the invalid ones. I pull them out before. That's part of our process. Okay. Then you have the action of what they did to enter it. So you'll see the same person. They visited you on Amazon. They signed up for your email list, which means that they went to your whatever URL you gave us for the landing page. Learn more about Terry means that they visited your website. Okay. Then that's the same person. So when it comes in sorted, usually it's by the timing that they entered the contest. So you notice that a whole bunch of them, I mean, cutting it short, this was the 1st of July to the end of July, right? So they entered this at 11:25 on July 31st. Okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it is. I mean, looking at this. So that's how the file is sorted. Now, this file is like over 1,000 thing. I'm swirling, but you can see all these people. Now here's the ones that did it on 7:30. And like if I page down really fast, you're going to see 7:29. I mean, it's a regular kind of thing. But what we're seeing is that on the days that we post it on social media for you, on the days that you have your special email that goes out for us, you're going to get a lot more hits. Okay.
Yeah.
It just makes sense, really.
Yeah.
And once the nice thing about the product that we use, so it goes all the way down to the first. And the first has a big bunch of people that enter because we've trained people that on the first of the month come enter the Fresh Fiction Contest. And they just start at the top and they go through. Now, if you wanted to sort all of this, because now you're in Excel, so you can sort it any way that you want to.
Okay.
Like if you wanted to just see all of the people who visited you're on Amazon, you could do that. If you wanted to see who just signed up for your mailing list, to double check it to make sure that either on your mailing list or what kind of people they are, you can do that. Okay?
All right. Yeah.
The other thing is, let me try to get up to the top of the page that we provide this really interesting is that so let me these columns are so close together, it's hard to tell. Okay, so for the what is this? Is the Facebook? I think it's just Facebook, Goodreads, and Instagram. You can actually see for some people what their name is. That is up to them, you know. Then also you've got the people here. This integration or the referring thing is, where did they find this contest? Okay. So some people found it on this free prizes. So you could look at them and go, all right, don't know if I want to keep those people. But you never know, because people who are looking for prizes might be somebody who might read a book or might tell somebody about your book. You never know. But to me, it's kind of interesting. Like, to me, it's just interesting. I find a lot of data interesting. So you see all the different things. So a lot of them came from Fresh Fiction. Now, if they came from your website to us, then your website would be listed here. So that is where they came from, the referring URL. The landing page URL is the actual contest page. It's not your website page.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
And I mean, if you wanted to be brave, what you can do is take all of the emails, like this, the CSV file. So you could load the CSV file up into, I do not recommend this, but you can upload it into your newsletter program and add those people to a mailing list. But I would have definitely tagged them, and I would definitely be afraid, because if you get a lot of spammers, you know, if you get a lot of people who like to say that you're a spammer, then
Yeah.
you have a problem, which is also why that 3-day email or that sequence that should go out is the real reason for that, is to weed out people who should not be on your list. And once you write that 3 email sequence, you can use it over and over and over again. So for every contest that you run, that's fine. It would run automatically. And you can even, if you give the right link to CJ or put in the form where it attaches the tag to it, and MailChimp does this, MailerLite does this. I don't know if Flowdesk does it, but I will look it up if somebody wants to run that. And you could put a little tag on there so that it'll automatically put the tag within your newsletter program. So like it's kind of like all the gears working together. So as soon as they sign up during the month that they're entering the contest, then it kicks off that 3 email sequence. So you're automatically cleaning your list as the contest period runs on.
Huh.
Yeah, I do that because, for fresh fiction. So I'm like, oh, that really does work. I learned that a while ago, and I'm like, yes, I want to have it constantly cleaned. Okay. So thank you, Terry, for letting us see all your data.
Yep. All righty.
Yeah. And I do want to put the workbook up there because I worked hard on it. I laugh. I'm getting better with the workbooks, guys. I'm getting better with the workbooks.
It's
Did
good.
you like it? It's good. Thank you. My husband tried to print it and he said, don't do this again. Let's see, because I have my pretty face on it, but it made all of his ink run out and he was very upset with me. I said, well, I'm gonna make sure it works. So then I did it. Do it in black and white. And he goes, oh,
Yeah.
well, that's much better. So I would suggest that you do it in black and white if you're going to print it. But you could just use it as a PDF too.